Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We welcome you to San Jose, California, the site of tonight's Indoor Football League Western Conference Championship between your Northern Arizona Wranglers and those very familiar Bay Area Panthers. James Poovey coming to you live here alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, this is going to be a fun one tonight. The Western Conference Championship and 4 more quarters will decide who goes to Las Vegas, Nevada, Henderson, Nevada, I should say, next weekend for the Dollar Loan Center National Championship game.
Yeah, this will be a fun one. Sioux Falls and Frisco already started. Frisco's up 6-0. So the Eastern Conference Championship is going, folks. And in about 30 minutes or so, the Western Conference Championship will go on. This will be, as JP mentioned, this will be a battle, a war between Bay Area and Northern Arizona. The third time they'll meet this season. I expect nothing but fireworks tonight. I don't know if it's going to be a defensive battle. You'll see 2 of the best defenses in the Indoor Football League, and you'll also meet 2 of the best offenses in the league, and 2 of the best special teams units in the league with Craig Peterson and Connor Mangan. So it's going to be a fun couple of hours. And as JP mentioned, by the end of the night, we will determine whether the Panthers or the Wranglers move on for the right to represent the Western Conference next weekend in Henderson.
You mentioned it, Ed. This is the 3rd time this season both these teams have met. It'll be the rubber match. They've split 1 game apiece this season during the regular season, and now it's time to play for all the marbles. It's going to be an exciting evening of football out there in San Jose, California. We were privileged to catch up with the defensive coordinator, former Wrangler, Mr. Rob Keefe, coach out there for the Bay Area Panthers. Always great to visit with him. So we'll step aside, take a brief commercial time out here, and when we return, we'll visit with Coach Keefe and then get you right on up to Wranglers at those Bay Area Panthers. Stay with us here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers Roundup. We will return in just a little bit with the pregame show.
That's funny. Desert School's changed their name.
Yeah, now it's Desert Financial.
Alice Cooper! Wait, what are you doing here?
I'm telling everyone, school's out.
For summer?
Forever.
Whoa! Whoa! Dude, put your card in. Yeah.
You got a voice, Molly. Use it. Do it for the phone.
Let's do it for the phone. They do so much for you. When they're out there all alone, there's something we can do. T-Mobile, look at these apps, they don't lie. And faster speeds nationwide. Let's do it for the phone.
Back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show, James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, we get the chance to visit with an old friend of ours now who was on the Wranglers last season, defensive coordinator Rob Keefe, now with the Bay Area Panthers. Coach Keefe, so good to see you as always, my friend. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time, and just tell us how things are going out there in California. They're out there on the coast. You're surfing guy now. What are you doing out there?
Oh man, I tell you what. Hey, first and foremost, man, great to see you guys, man. Thanks for having me on. What an exciting time, and no surfing, man. As Coach Moss knows, man, I'm grinding out here. You know, don't get to do too much, but it's awesome, man. It's awesome being out here in California, and excited to see you guys. I'll tell you that much.
Coach, congratulations on the success that you and your team are having this season. Of course, you're taking on Northern Arizona tonight. How exciting is it, and how excited is this fan base for what's about to happen tonight at the SAP Center with these 2 teams battling out for the right to go to Henderson next week?
Well, I'm excited for both fan bases. You're absolutely right. I mean, look at the turnaround that the coaching staff has done at Northern Arizona for the last 2 years. now a powerhouse, right? I mean, how awesome is that? I mean, how quickly, does a year, take, right, for go to 1-15 to 12-4 to win the championship last year, and then to now be in this position again. And then same thing here. Very fortunate for our coaching staff this year with the Bay Area Panthers, 1-15 last year. Here we are in a position to go to the championship. So everybody's excited, man. And I think it's a testament too to what great coaching can do. I think great coaches bring great players, create a culture that fans want to be a part of, and then everybody's winning. So really excited for both organizations to be in this position.
Visiting here with the defensive coordinator for the Bay Area Panthers, Coach Rob Keefe. Coach, how have you and Coach Wooten been able to come together and really turn around the program there in Bay Area and establish that culture that you were just talking about? You guys have really done a great job out there.
Well, I think, look, ego and pride aside, right? I think same thing as me and Coach Moss. When you get a great coaching staff together and you kind of mesh cultures and you try to figure out whose style works best and how do you want to, do this? How do you want to implement that? Whose idea is better? It's just about communication, man. It really is. And when everybody's focus is on winning and everybody has the same common goal of putting the players in a position of success and to help them really thrive and live their dream. I mean, the goal is to help these guys move to the highest level possible, at the same time win. I think if everybody has that same mindset, you're always going to be okay. So excited for Coach Wooten to be in this position, and so excited for the other coaches. You'll see guys just kind of, we have our Jason Simpsons and we have our Coach Daves, and it's just awesome. It's awesome to be a part of an awesome culture, and really took what a lot I learned from Coach Moss in the last few years that we were together. We've been together for the last 5 years, and so just continuing the train, man, continuing the system, and being the coach, being the best coach I can possibly be, and helping everybody along the way.
Coach, I know it was wise for you to bring a lot of former Wranglers over. Marquise Bridges is there. Bill Atkins is there. Trey Meadows is there. Kenton Bartlett's there. We know Darren Hungerford's there. Talk about your defense, the number 5 ranked defense in the Indoor Football League. Talk about that defense as a whole and how strong your crew is, Coach.
Well, look, I love these guys, and I think just like Coach Windsor, right, was able to keep a lot of offensive players in Northern Arizona. When you work really closely with guys, you want to maintain in the same system, and you want to be with somebody who you're familiar with. And I really appreciate these guys trusting me to come out here to the Bay Area. And obviously, we know, how awesome Northern Arizona is to really be back in this position with losing a lot of guys on defense. But we were so excited for these guys. I think it's a testament of how great they are for them to put us in this position to show really what they can do. And I tell everybody, just like, Ramad and just like Clem Gibbons and all these guys. I mean, if you can do this back-to-back years and you can kind of show how dominant you are and to be in the Final Four, again, the goal is always to help these guys get to the next level. I mean, that's really what the goal is. So it's just another bonus to their resume to say, hey, look at me, look what I'm able to do. And, they're winners, and they're the reason why we're really here.
In addition to your solid defense, Coach, you guys got some offensive weapons over there as well at the Bay Area Panthers. How does going up against guys like Dalton Sneed and then Justin Rankin at running back make your defense better in practice every day?
Well, I tell you what, Dalton, talk about, Caleb Barker, right? This is, you try to build it the same way, and talk about Justin Rankin as Izzy Tucker. This is what it's all about, man. And just really, really good people, good people that are able to, be the best that they can possibly be on a daily basis. Great leaders. We really are privileged to have them on a daily basis to show the way for the younger team, because we really do have a young team. We had a lot of guys that very fortunate to be on the all-rookie team, and just so happy they were able to say yes to us to come out here in the Bay Area and show what they could do every day. But Dalton and Justin, not only being great offensive players and leaders, but just really good mentors. When you hit that kind of 26, 27 range, 28 range in this league, that could be a little bit older, because there's a lot of 23, 24-year-olds. And so, they're able to show the young guys, the way, and they really helped lead our culture this year. So just awesome to have them around us every day.
Coach, of course, this will be the third time these two teams will have met this season, 1-1 split so far. When you look at this offense for Northern Arizona, led by Garrett Kettle and Nick Watson, they've shared the duties at quarterback position. Ramad, Gigi, you know this offense, the offensive line, what Coach Windsor likes to do and how he likes to run things. What do you see from this offense as you're breaking down film, as you're watching film and getting prepared for this game?
Yeah, I mean, look, Rod is doing such a great job. I have so much respect for Rod. I'm so proud of him. I'm sure he's proud of me too. It's just it shows what really good coaching can do. And those guys, Zach Thomas to be in the system year 2, you're seeing them really click on a high level. And look, there was no doubt in my mind that they wouldn't be here in this position. No doubt in my mind that how poetic. That we're meeting. I think it's super cool, that we're in the Final Four and to be, fighting for this Western Conference Championship, and really, it's really, I think, Rod's communication. I think it's Rod's ability to say exactly what he wants and get what he wants out of the players, and then the players to be able to trust in Rod. He's doing such an amazing job, and really 2 quarterbacks who are young, but obviously they do such a good job, have different skill sets, but, awesome at what they do. And, really enjoyed watching it. Look, I was rooting for you guys so hard. Last week, it was so awesome to see that. Got to watch the full game because we didn't play until the day after. So that was so cool to see Northern Arizona beat Arizona. And I just remember saying, man, what a great offense Rod has put together. And so we know it's a tough task. We know. And RCB, man, I tell everybody too, he was the one that put us over the top last year. I really believe that. And to be a captain in Northwestern for, everything that means, to be that great of a player, that great of a leader. I really do hope he gets a shot at the next level because I definitely think he deserves it.
Coach Rob Keefe joining us here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. Coach, with all the negativity in the world, it's great to know that good things do happen to good people. And you guys out there at Bay Area and the folks here at the Northern Arizona Wranglers, evidence of that indeed. And as you said, it's pretty cool that we're meeting tonight in the Western Conference Championship. Good luck. And we look forward to a great matchup tonight inside the SAP Center. And it's going to be a fun one for sure. Always great to see you, my friend.
Awesome, guys. Yeah, so excited for you guys, too. It's going to be a great matchup. And thanks so much for having me on, man. Miss you guys out there, too. And, best of luck to everybody.
Thank you, Coach. Love you, brother.
Love you guys.
We'll return here on the pregame show and get you ready for Wranglers at Panthers when we return. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
There's a little piece of magic in the heart of the Verde Valley where adventure is encouraged. Whether you're whining and dining, rocking and rolling, or pushing and pulling. It's your adventure. Play however you choose.
Who's to say you don't have the skills to reach the top? Who's to say you don't have power?
This is how we do it. Time to run it up. This is how we do it for the top.
Who's to say you can't own the stage? Who's to say you can't put a team together? Who's to say who's best? The best ever? Or who will be in the future? And with this game-changing team to inspire us, who's to say what's possible for you? Pepsi, play to inspire.
We welcome you back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. James Poovey coming to you live alongside my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole. Ed, always great to visit with Coach Keefe. What an outstanding guy and what an outstanding job he's done out there in San Jose with those Bay Area Panthers.
Just an amazing job, as you mentioned, JP, going from one win, kind of similar to where we were 2 years ago with one win, and they completely changed that around. Him and Coach Wooten and the entire ownership group of the Bay Area Panthers, they completely flipped the culture in the field for that organization in just a year's time. We know how great it felt for us to go from one win to the championship. So they got to be elated to go from one win to 11 wins this season and a potential berth in the national championship game come next Saturday in Harrison, Nevada. But yes, congratulations to the Bay Area Panthers for them grinding and just, they suffer just like we did. But you know what? You suffer for a little bit, but then it all turns around. And now look, you got 11 wins and you're 60 minutes away from the national championship game, both of these teams.
It comes down to 60 minutes of football. You're exactly right, Ed. We got some folks up at the Hideout Bar in Prescott Valley, Arizona. They are popping in, ready to watch tonight's contest. You see some of our familiar super fans there, Ed. This community has embraced this team, and such good stuff there at the Hideout Bar. The road game watch party is always popular all season long, and folks are starting to pile in there. There you see the fans.
There they are.
They're ready to go. Let's get some audio on that here. Here we go.
Yeah, pull that audio in. There you go.
They're excited, and they're ready to cheer these Wranglers on to the Dollar Loan Center National Championship. It's a possibility tonight, Ed.
Oh, absolutely possible. But it's going to take 60 minutes of near perfection to beat Bay Area and their building. It's going to be tough. Dalton Snead is an outstanding young quarterback, 43 touchdowns, 4 interceptions. Justin Rankin, one of the best running backs in this game that this game has to offer. He's got 38 rushing touchdowns. Talk about JT Stokes, one of the best wide receivers in the game. The defense they have, we talked about it during the interview with Coach Keefe, the number 5 ranked defense in the Indoor Football League. This is not going to be easy. Plus, you've got Craig the Leg Peterson there on special teams. So it's like a reunion of sorts. I'm sure when the fellas got to the SAP Center today, they saw so many of their brothers that they lined up with last season in the championship run. So, it's all love up until about 15 minutes from now when this football game kicks off. Then you're mortal enemies. You're enemies for the next couple hours.
I know, Ed. I've been on pins and needles all day long. Got a text from superfan Eddie Hill as well earlier, and he said he's been pacing around all day. I could feel exactly what he's talking about. It's going to be an exciting matchup tonight. Let's go ahead and step aside, take a very short timeout, and when we return, we'll have some final thoughts as we get you ready for the Wranglers and the Panthers here, the Western Conference Championship coming up next this evening here on the IFL Digital Network with our friend Dave Lewis on the call out there in San Jose. Stay with us. We'll return and wrap up the pregame show in just a minute.
There's a little piece of magic in the heart of the Verde Valley where adventure is encouraged. Whether you're whining and dining, rocking and rolling, or pushing and pulling, it's your adventure. Play however you choose.
Who's to say you don't have the skills to reach the top? Who's to say you don't have power?
This is how we do it. Run it up. This is how we do it for the top.
Who's to say you can't own the stage? Who's to say you can't put a team together? Who's to say who's best? The best ever? Or who will be in the future? And with this game-changing team to inspire us, who's to say what's possible for you? Pepsi, play to inspire.
We welcome you back here on the Northern Arizona Wranglers pregame show. There you see a live look at the Eastern Conference Championship game out there in Frisco, Texas. Right now, the Frisco Fighters on top of the Sioux Falls Storm by the score of 13-7. Looks like 6 minutes and 24 seconds remaining there in the second quarter. Ed, that one for the right to meet the winner of our game here this evening next Saturday night in Henderson, Nevada.
So far, it's been the DJ Edwards for Frisco. He's got a touchdown pass to Jerk Smith, 13-yard touchdown, and he's a 14-yard rush touchdown. Lorenzo Brown has got a 4-yard touchdown for Sioux Falls, getting them their 7 points. Austin Neufeld get with the kick attempt. So 13-7, as you mentioned, in the second quarter. Looks like that's a really good game. Let's hope that continues on with the tight trend of tight football games for the Eastern Conference Championship, and we expect another tight one in the Western Conference Championship game over there in San Jose. But it's great to be in this position to be fighting for a potential berth in Henderson, Nevada next weekend for a championship run again.
And let's talk about this Wranglers franchise, Ed. Our third year of existence and now 2 playoff appearances in a row, along with 2 playoff victories in consecutive seasons as well. So this franchise really coming on here in Prescott Valley and starting to assert their dominance here, especially in the state of Arizona. And they're looking to continue that trend tonight against the Bay Area Panthers in what should be a knockdown, drag out fight. It's going to be some absolute fun had at the SAP Center this evening.
Oh, you better believe it. We're assuming that Nick Watson is going to get the start for the Wranglers. So if it's Nick against Dalton Sneed, that's going to be a great quarterback matchup. Going back again, 2 really good defenses, 2 really good running games. If Jared Ware, we know rank at ex running back Jared Ware Jr. Should he get to start the running back, which we assume again he last week against the Rattlers, as we checked the highlights from that game last week. We'll see Nick Watson throw that touchdown. There's RCB right there. RCB 5 touchdowns last week.
Huge tonight as well. I feel he's going to just continue his dynamic play all season long. There you see Jared Ware Jr. He could also come up big tonight. You know, the Wranglers are all about the secret weapons. And then you talk about, you know, Connor Mangan, a guy like that who could really be critical as well tonight for the squad with some of those points when you need them the most.
Yeah, you saw last week he got the 4-point field goal. That was huge, and a couple drop kicks in a game that should be tight and could come down to the very last play, or it'll be tight all the way until the end. It very well could come down to a Connor Mangan kick or a Craig the Leg Peterson kick. It could be that tight of a football game. But for the Wranglers, they've got to be able to hold the football. Do not turn the ball over. Nick Watson did an outstanding job last week of not doing that, and that's what they're going to have to do tonight, because we know Coach Rob Keefe's defense, they're going to come after Nick should he get the start. They're going to come after him relentlessly tonight, because that's what Rob does. He's going to send all the hounds. He's going to put the hounds loose on that offense, and he's going to pressure Nick all night. If it's Nick or Garrett, we'll see in a matter of minutes. But whoever the quarterback is, expect a heavy load of pressure from their defense.
Absolutely right. And, you know, you talk about pressure. That's exactly what the Wranglers are going to have to provide defensively against those Bay Area Panthers, because as we talked with Coach Keefe about, these guys really have some studs on the offensive side of the ball, and the Wranglers are going to really have to pin their ears back, as we say, and come after that quarterback, Dalton Sneed, this evening. Yes, they would like to have a replay of what happened last week at Footprint Center when they intercepted Drew Powell 5 times. And I pause for effect 5 times in his own building. An absolute dominant for dramatic effect. And then you saw the opportunistic back end of the defense right there as well for the Wranglers. Kerry Starks coming up with that grab there in the middle of the football field. So this defense is going to be equally as important as the offense here for this Wranglers team to come out with a victory tonight and advance to that Dollar Loan Center IFL National Championship next Saturday night. Ed, can you believe it's already here? I know. This team is 60 minutes away, but they've got to remain focused. They can't look ahead toward next week because they haven't gotten to next week yet. They've got to knock out Bay Area, just like they knocked out Arizona. We see the fumble recovery, Theo Majette. Tremont Lofton forced that turnover. That's what we've got to see replays like that. We've got to see plays like that tonight on Dalton Sneed. Continue to get pressure on him like that right there. Pressure Dalton Sneed relentlessly. All night long if you have to, which is probably what they're gonna have to do. Here's Keyshawn's other second interception, the one he took to the house, and that was a big play, wasn't it, James? That was a huge play right there for the Wranglers defense. And another thing they're going to have to do as well, Ed, is we know they're going to have to ride that wave because the Panthers are going to get some scores tonight. They're going to make some big plays, but can you respond and can you keep your composure when the chips are down, which they could be a couple times here this evening? And can you fight through that adversity and come out with a victory here tonight? We'll find out very shortly. And we encourage you folks to head on over to the IFL Digital Network for the call of tonight's game with the voice of the Bay Area Panthers, Mr. Dave Lewis, on the call, and then come right back here to the Wranglers YouTube channel for halftime. We'll have the halftime show for you, and then the hopefully victorious post-game show as well this evening following tonight's ball game. Ed, final thoughts as we get everyone over to the IFL Digital Network. Folks, enjoy Dave Lewis's call, and let's root on the Wranglers all the way from here. Wherever you are in the world watching this game, scream your heads off, because I'm sure the guys will hear it in San Jose. Yes, make some noise tonight for your Wranglers, and we will see you back here at halftime. For my broadcast partner, Mr. Ed Cole, I'm James Poovey saying, go Wranglers. Go Wranglers.